Okay, so for today's project, we've come into the house because Ted's use lies in the barn. And it's very cold and windy out there. Much warmer in here. So I think I'll stay in here. We've got winds of up to 90 miles an hour out there. It's crazy times. Anyway, today we're going to be transforming a plastic mirror. Now, this mirror was given to me about 6 years ago by my daughter when she was moving house. They're plastic. So they're not actually very nice, but I want to disguise the fact they're plastic, and I think it will look perfect in the bathroom that we're doing at the moment in the Templar suite. Although it's plastic, it's got some really lovely mouldings and decorative pieces on it, which I think will look really nice if I do a bit of gilding, a bit of paintwork on it, and a bit of distressing. So yeah, today we're going to try and transform this mirror into a piece of art. Okay, now the first thing I'm doing is using a base colour to put on it and a primer just to prime the plastic. Give it a good mix with this chalk paint. Make sure you mix it up really, really well. I love using these chalk paints. There's so many different makes that you can get, but they literally go on absolutely everything. They're just so good to work with. Now you'll note one thing I'm not doing is masking off my mirror. As a good friend taught me not so long ago actually, Charlene, is that you don't have to mask the mirror, or if you've painted windows, because it's just so easy to get the excess off once it's all dried, just with a standing knife, with standing knife blade. I'll show you at the end. But right, that's mixed up enough. Let's get to with the base coat. Now I'm just making sure I'm using a very small brush here, just to make sure I can get in all the little areas. Okay, so the first coat's done. I'll leave this to dry, come back, do another base coat, and then we'll start putting the colour on. So the mirror's now had 3 coats overnight. It's been left to dry. I think it just looks amazing, even with just the white. You know, it looks like plaster, and that's what I love about the chalk paint, that it dries in this way that it kind of looks like a plaster, and it just gives it real strength, if that makes sense. You know, it certainly doesn't look plastic anymore. But I now want to start adding the blue, and I was going to add a bit of darker sort of colour for underneath. The colour that I did on the base, just so you know, is very, very light grey. Really like it actually, really, really nice. But I was going to do this darker colour, charcoal, and then do the blues, but I'm actually thinking that I really just like the grey, the very light grey. Add the blue to it, the petrol blue, and then the gilding over the top. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. Now I have to be completely honest to say I don't know how I'm going to add the blue yet, or where I'm going to add it. I think I'm just going to perhaps have a little go down here and see what it looks like. And maybe I've got some kitchen roll, I've got a bit of water in a bowl so I can loosen some bits up. Just see what happens really. I don't know whether to paint it on or whether to just dab it on. Let's see. So, after trying the blue that I had, the petrol blue, I suddenly realised it was coming out far too green. So I went up to get one of the tiles, and as you can see, it is a proper blue in the tiles. There's some light blues, dark blues, but it is a proper blue. And the petrol blue wasn't blue, it was green. So it really doesn't go with this tile. So I decided to do something else. Take away the white and put in place the beige, the cocoa colour. Now I'm going to try some blues. Now I've been to have a hunt around and found a whole box here. Now these are, again, too green. That. Now this, I love this colour, but again it's too green. So maybe if I mix a bit of black. Now I've got these distressed sprays. Now these were all from when, I don't know if you remember, I did the wall. Do you know, that might be quite nice. Oxidized. That might be quite nice for the top. Now that is a very dark blue, but it doesn't feel like there's hardly anything in there. I might be able to get something out of it. No. There's nothing in there at all. Now I have got some of this ink. Again, that one's too green. Black. It's another blue ink, too green. Do you know, I think I'm going to be out of luck here. I've got lots of sort of greeny colours. Now I have got that blue. Now the idea might be that I mix a bit of black with that, which might bring it down and darken it a bit and give me enough blue in it. Okay, I think what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try some of these sprays, some of these blue sprays, see how they come out. And if not, I'll mix some of my blue here and see what I can do with that. I think the main problem is the fact that I haven't really got in my mind exactly how I want it to look, which is sometimes a good thing because it tends to work out really nice in the end, but it's really hard when you get going if you haven't got in your mind how you want it to end up. It's a good thing about doing this sort of paintwork on throwaway items, because if you don't like it, you just paint over it again and just keep trying until you get the right look. So let's get spraying and painting. So that's it. The mirror's complete. I am so chuffed with it, considering halfway through I was about to give up. It just wasn't doing it for me. I just couldn't visualise the end. And it was all about the gilding in the end. So just to recap of what I actually did, I changed the base colour to the cocoa. I then went over with the blue, and I literally just used this vibrant blue on it. And with the cocoa underneath, it changed the colour completely. And I kept going around. What you have to realise is the chalk paint draws in the acrylic paint. So I went over it and shaded it all. And then when I came back to it, once it's dried, the chalk paint had drawn it in. So you couldn't really see the shading, but I just kept going over it, reshading areas until I got to the place where I really liked. Then I used the oxide spray. Now this is a rusty hinge oxide spray. And I think it came out brilliant because it just gives it that little bit of depth with the colour. And that goes perfectly with the tiles. I then did the same, made my own white spray and did that over the top. And then when it came to the gilding, I don't know if you remember, I was going to do silver gilding to go with the chrome in the bathroom. However, when I put the silver on, it did nothing for it at all. So I then tried it with the bronze. And that's when it kind of popped to life. It really came to life with the bronze. So I'm really pleased I did that and changed my mind with the bronze. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with it. I think the transformation from a plastic throwaway mirror to this is absolutely amazing. It's crazy what you can do with just a bit of paint and a bit of time. Anyway, that's it for today on the workshop channel. This has got to go up in place on the wall in the bathroom. But if you want to see that, you can go over to the Chateau channel and see the full renovations of the bathroom. This week, we're making the vanity unit and I'm going to be painting it in the same style and putting the tiles inlaid into the vanity unit. So pop over to the Chateau channel. We'll see you there for that. And I'll see you here next time on the workshop. Don't forget, like, subscribe, thumbs up, and any comments would be great. Take care, everyone. See you next time.